In the name of God, the creator of your brain to ask this question and the creator of my brain to analyze and answer it. While none of us are even close to the reality, because we are all inside this physical platform, Earth. If you aim to follow Quran in search of reality, the first lesson of Quran in chapter 2 verse 2 is that you should believe in the unseen or hidden. Well, certainly the biggest unseen for us all in this universe is God. Then angels, then gravity and time, then maybe afterlife and the method of our first creation, because it has been outside this physical world. Then the method of recording our actions, our thoughts, sayings, and even our feelings every single moment. And remember, we are nearly about 7 billion living humans on Earth just now. And much more hidden stuff you better know. It means not all the facts mentioned in Quran are possible for us to understand, and sometimes they are not even possible for us to imagine, just like black holes and etc. So why God has mentioned those things if we can't handle it? Because we humans are designed to ask and seek for the truth. Imagine, as an example, your 5-year-old child asks you, "Daddy, how does this remote control change the channels?" How do you reply? You can explain in details what is the transmitter circuit, what is electricity, what are waves, etc. But he can never understand any of those. Another choice is that you skip answering. That is also not nice. So maybe the only way remains is that you reply him with his own language. Honey, you are not in a stage to could understand this now. But just like when you threw your ball and it hits the wall, this remote also threw some signals that hit the TV, and then TV changed the channel for you. Now, do you think we are older than that 5-year-old child compared to the age of universe or even our planet Earth? The conclusion is, first of all, God never decided to teach us science, biology, astronomy, etc. in Quran. Just like you don't want to teach electronics to your child when you give him an example of the remote control. Second, God is not trying to prove himself or to prove reality of Quran with revealing some hidden facts. Just he tries to answer us, or let us at least imagine the answers. Now, with this in mind, let's start answering your question. Does a sperm comes out of or from between the backbone and ribs? This chapter, Tariq, is one of 10 chapters in Quran containing the phrase "Vama adraka ma," means you are not in a stage to could understand this, just like what you told to your son. So whenever you find "Vama adraka ma" in Quran, it is going to prepare you for a huge fact of life that is not possible for you to understand and sometimes not even to imagine. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of God. Was-sama'i wat-tariq. Swear to the truth of sky and Tariq. Vama adraka ma, Tariq. And you are not in a stage to could understand the function of Tariq. The word Tariq is of the same root as Tariq in Arabic. That means in English path, road, way, method. And Najm Saqib. Tariq is a star that is Saqib. The word Saqib is of root Saqaba. That is also mentioned in verse 37:10, means it tracks like a blazing star. So far, the information we received. First, The function of tariq is like a path. Second, tariq is somewhere in the skies. 3. It is a star or like a blazing star. إن كل نفس لما عليها حافظ. There is no one, no soul, unless there is a hafiz from its above, عليها. Hafiz, from the root حفظ, has two close meanings. One is to protect, the other one is to record or save. So far we can imagine, just like World Wide Web, Internet, there is a main server in the universe responsible for recording and getting backup of all saved data of every generations on Earth. Every single moment of every single life of every creature on Earth is saved inside Tariq, that is located in the sky, and the method is like a blazing star. That is very similar to the example above, I mean the remote control. Fa here means so. It means based on above discussion, as a sign to realize there is a recording in progress. ينظر الإنسان مما خلق. Human should note the source of his own creation. And we are finally close to your question. خلق من ماء دافق. Man is created from a ماء دافق. Ma without alif walam is not water, but it is a liquid form or something like that. The word dafiq is not used in any other verse in Quran, so we cannot find any solution how we can translate this. But dafiq for humans is connected with saqib in the sky that is related to tariq. It seems like human DNA, as far as we have found, is the closest match for this ma'a dafiq. So we can say, human should look or note the source of his own creation. Man is created from a ma'a dafiq, that means DNA. And DNA is hafiz. It records our data generation after generation. If ma'a dafiq is DNA, we can say DNA acts like a remote control for the universe that transmits all our data and vibrations to the remote backup unit of this universe called Tariq. Just like when you save your data on a specific URL, and it will not conflict with any other people's website. And the most hard part to imagine, يخرج من بين الصلب وترائب. Human comes out of a DNA based on solb and taraib. The word solb is of the same root as salib or cross, that is something hard or high. The word taraib is of the same root as turab or soil, that is something soft or low. We can say human is made of some data that came out of some hard and soft, or high and low, or 1 and 0 DNA strings. Just like when you save all your data in your hard drive as binary codes, no matter text, video, sound, etc., it all is a bunch of 1 and 0. We are also made of and also inside of a digital-like system. And finally, why God has explained all these for us, to mention إِنَّهُ عَلَى رَجْعِهِ لَقَادِرٌ. Indeed, God is certainly capable of returning back the human, or collecting back all generated data. Well, question, If it is all recorded in DNA, what will happen if somehow our DNA is affected by a virus or has damaged after our death? What will happen to your website if your hard drive is crashed or affected by a virus? The backup of last moment is always available online, and the same is with the universe and Tariq. Your DNA collects the data with an unknown method based on Tariq. Our DNA sends signals like a blazing star every moment, like a remote control. And finally, those data can never be damaged or changed as they are server-side and not client-side. And I really have no idea how they have translated Solb and Tara'eb as backbone and ribs. Wow. And this chapter continues, and one last verse I read here that is a very great hope for all of us. يَوْمَ تُبْلِيَ السَّرَائِرُ. There would be a day when the hidden comes obvious, and that is afterlife, inshallah. Have a nice day. Thanks and God bless.